Follow 6 NPC athletes on their 12-week prep for the Southwest USA August 4th.
My name is Gino Villanueva and I'm competing at the Southwest USA.
My name is Kirsten Frank and I'll be competing at the Southwest USA.
I'm Aaron Fennell and I'm training for the Southwest USA.
I'm Adam Tijerina and I'm competing at the Southwest USAs.
My name is Ariana Johnston and I'm competing at the Southwest USA.
My name is Trevor Hacker and I'm competing at the Southwest USA.
Being an ultimate competitor, I feel, is showing a grit and desire, discipline, a tenaciousness that is unmatched.
I won overall in 2016 at the Southwest USA Championships. It was the first show of that year that I won an overall. I didn't have the support that I think I would have been more successful with. But I did bring in a badass package, and I was really proud of it.
But it's limited by
This is what Steven was talking about. Isn't this what you were talking about?
many of the stores we sell to cannot keep the lean pills in stock. So
The last show I did was Nationals in Miami, and I had previously placed top 5 at Vegas, the USAs, and I felt like, the next national show is my time. I'm gonna win. That's not how it went. I think I got like 15th place or something like that. So honestly, I don't know why Adam didn't here, man. I don't know who chose him. I understand you're like this. Bad vibes to the group.
This is my old mentor, Herman Steele, who passed away a few years ago. He actually really wanted me to do Classic, and I was again hesitant with him, and we would kind of go back and forth a little bit.
I was kind of bitter with the sport after that, and I was kind of just over it.
Fate's gonna guide you and direct you wherever it wants to and wherever it wants you to be in a certain point in time in life, and I feel like that's this moment right now. So it's coming. You got to do something you're uncomfortable with to do something that's great, and so I'm to attack this bad boy, and I am terrified.
I have the heart problems because I was stabbed in the heart. I went from being 220 pounds to 120 pounds in 10 days. Or 12 days. I was in a coma for 12 days. I got out of the hospital 2 days later. I woke up and I was out of the hospital 2 days later.
this all stuff's going to be coming to you down Magnolia. Okay, so we're going to
There's both types of proteins.
So both types of proteins. We get you the power protein, 7 glands, time released protein.
So I recovered from a blade going through my lungs, going through my heart, almost went out my back in 2 weeks. I went home in 2 weeks.
So in 2014, I was involved in a fatal car accident. A fireman saved my life, and since that moment, I really had a different perspective and a different lens on life. It really touched me. I saw it was a lot of publicity. It was in the news and the media, and one picture in particular stood out. It was a picture of his son. He had a wife and 3 kids, and his son, who was probably 5, 6 years old, had a fireman's hat, and it was his dad's, and it was at the funeral, and his son was just hugging his dad's hat.
Not having bodybuilding in my life kind of created a downward spiral. It was a combination of other things too, but I can honestly say it was probably mainly because I lost track of the one thing that was keeping me motivated and the one thing that was keeping me structured.
It's not something you just say, oh, I just want to go be a Marine one day. It's something you may dream of, but it's still not an easy task. You can ask any Marine, you can ask any other service member. We have the hardest boot camp, period. It's 3 months, no cell phone, 90 days of complete and utter hell, honestly.
Femininity has always been really important to me. I love being a girl, always have. I remember whenever I first wanted to get into working out, I got on bodybuilding.com and I saw some of the top names, Janie Eason, Jessie Hilgenberg, Larissa Reese, some of these girls, and then I saw Nicole Wilkins. All of these girls are absolutely beautiful and they maintain their femininity really well. So the one thing I never wanted to do was go in the gym and look bulky, look manly, just nothing to take away my femininity. So I saw these girls and I realized that it can be done.
It was God that's the reason why I'm alive, really, 100%, God. But when I started getting back into exercising, the first thing was walking, honestly. And then let's say like fast forward into actually touching the weights. I still remember getting on the bench press was the first thing I did. And I took the bar all the way to my chest, and I could feel every rep, my sternum wanting to open up. And I felt it opening up. And I could still feel, and you still can feel all the knots where my sternum is wired up like a fence post.
I lost, a friend and a mentor and somebody I really trusted in the bodybuilding game, And he would tell me, he told me one time, he's like, Adam, bodybuilding you don't pick it, it picks you. And then he told me that I could legitimately do okay, and okay or even good if I really wanted to. And that's what he tried to beat in my head is this, you got to really, really work at it. And he believed in me, so that made me believe in myself. And as far as him being gone, I didn't really care anymore. I was like, it's whatever.
That moment in my life, I'm definitely just thankful that I feel like I have a bigger purpose, and that's the reason why I'm continually going every day, going hard as I can every single day. And it was a difficult situation. The fireman, William Tankley was his name. His sister actually reached out to me like a week afterwards, wanted to meet me. We went to a Rangers baseball game, so his family knows me. It's definitely a tough situation, but I feel like it really propels me into my purpose and what I'm set out to do.
When I was sitting in jail, on the phone with my son, telling him happy birthday, when that's probably one of the lowest times in my life, when I realized, what's going on, something needs to change, and still at that point, I wasn't saying, I need bodybuilding back in my life, but later on, I would come to realize that was the light, that would bring me back to where I need to be.
In now being a single mother of 2 boys and trying to do the balancing act, I believe myself I learned a lot by my mom being a single mother, because my father passed away when I was 5. He was a prior Marine vet in Vietnam as an MP, and he was also a Philadelphia police officer that got shot in line of duty.
Reaction to all that.
Wow.
Yeah, did you answer myself? I can't.
Well, I didn't know it was all of that. I mean, there was only like a few couple of boxes, but once he started pulling it all out, it looked like, okay, glory. Oh. I've always had, I guess, the mental setup from early on years of balancing, managing, and time placement. For my kids, they really do understand. It's something they've come to do. They know mommy's active. Mommy doesn't stay still. Mommy does football, mommy does horseback riding, now mommy's doing fitness. And they're fully supportive of it.
Yes, thank you. I really mean that, thank you.
Bud. Thanks so much.
Taking the time to be a female and being a girl, and then also the way that you train, the way that you walk, the way that you carry yourself, the way that you speak. I think that you can be a fucking badass and do it with grace.
My son's name is Liam. He's 5 years old, and he's a great kid. I love him to death, and it would make him, yeah, he does. And it's funny, I told him about this thing we got, the Ultimate Competitor thing, and now it's just nonstop. He's asking when he can see me on TV. It's pretty funny.
Do you hate meal prepping, or maybe just can't find the time, but you still want healthy, nutritious food? At Spartan Performance Meals, you can count on us to have you covered. We offer signature meals, custom meals, and even foods by the pound. Our food is always fresh, never frozen, made to order and delivered right to you. And if you have a specific meal plan, send it to us. Let our chef be your chef. Check us out at SpartanPerformanceMeals.com.
Having a team is going to be something new to me, because I've been doing this all by myself for a long time. I've had my brothers and a few family members to talk to. I'm obsessed with these products already. I've looked at all the nutritious facts and seen all the ingredients involved and the dosings also. One thing I love is showing the actual dosage on the side of, and not a proprietary blend.
It's definitely a lot, but this is where the fun begins, right?
Now, I don't even have a friend that bodybuilds. I don't even have one bro that bodybuilds, okay?
outside looking in, people don't really understand how close-knit and how people are with each other when they know each other and they come up with each other and they've been friends, and you watch and support everybody come up.
Having Spartan Performance Meals, you know, sponsor me and provide me with nutrition is gonna be so huge.
I slowly learned you cannot cook each meal before you need to eat it. Meal prep is a real good thing you need to do.
Line 1 and Spartan Performance Meals being on my team, backing me, I mean, couldn't ask for anything more than that.
Teaming up with Line 1 and Spartan Meals is going to take my game to the next level.
With such a complete line that Line 1 Nutrition has, how could you not be successful?
Spartan Performance Meals are amazing. They're such one of the best tasting meals I've ever had. They're so convenient, and they of course cater to everything that you have, and that's huge whenever you're a competitor.
Don't forget to tune in to Texas Bodybuilding Wednesdays at 7 p.m. to see their journey.